Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing all well. Welcome to my next video. Today, I hope that the video will be really short. It's the 24th of April 2020. Today, I would like to talk with you about the 5G. 5G, I see a lot of videos, I see a lot of web pages, I see a lot of people posting information, misinformation, hypotheses, claims, whatever we call it, about how 5G could cause the coronavirus or how the 5G is causing the coronavirus pandemic. So many claims, not so much real information. So today I would like to talk about the 5G and the dangers and threats of 5G as I see it. So the first question is 5G causing the coronavirus or any other disease? The answer is, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it is. I just don't know, and I will not talk about it. Sorry to disappoint you. One thing I think is that any radiomagnetic, electromagnetic radiation is influencing our body, and we should really avoid long time exposure to especially strong electromagnetic radiation. Again, whether the 5G frequencies are causing more problems in our bodies than 4G, 3G, 2G, 1G, whatever G, the TV radiation, I don't know. Make your own research, check the news. Today, I would like to focus on what 5G is. In very general, I don't want to go into details, so forgive me if I will simplify things. I want to really arrive with my message to general public. I don't want to go into many details. So what is 5G? 5G stands for the fifth generation mobile phone network, or whatever we call it. So the first G started already in the 70s, in the 80s, in some countries, even the early 90s. The 2G, it started in the 90s, then more or less in 2000 something, well, in some countries, maybe now even in the 90s, we had the development and implementation of 3G. In the last few years, we saw the implementation and rollouts of 4G, and now everybody's talking about the 5G. So how those technologies compare? So the main thing here is that each of them is using different frequency range. So the more modern the technology is, the higher is the frequency range. This is a kind of generalization, but this is more or less what we can understand about this. The higher the frequency range, the higher is the throughput of the network, the higher is the speed of the data that we can transfer through the network. The higher is the speed of the transfer of the data. And one more very important thing here is that the higher is the frequency, the lower is the range. So the old networks, maybe you remember, we could be in range that is like 50 kilometers, maybe even more, 30 kilometers. The antennas were placed on masts. They had enormous range. Then with the 2G, the range was shorter, but it was still like 30 kilometers. With 3G, it was shorter again. I would say that the effective range of the 3G transmitter, it's like more or less 5 kilometers. About the 4G, it's a little bit different because it's operating with different frequencies at the same time. The 5G is going to have a higher speed, higher frequency, and lower range. What does it mean? This means that the number of transmitters that we will see all around the cities, because the 5G is going to be implemented first in the cities, probably along the communication highways, probably trains, those kind of places. So we will see many, many more transmitters than we see now, because each of those transmitters will have a lower power. So the frequency is going up, the range is going down. So now with 3G, we have transmitters every few kilometers in the city. So when we are walking through the city or through the country, if we want to use the 3G network, we are probably a few hundred meters away from the nearest transmitter. With 5G, the transmitters are going to be put all over. I would say every corner of the street. To simplify the things, I would say that you can compare the 5G to a Wi-Fi network. And again, in Wi-Fi, we have now the 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz networks. What is the difference? The difference is that the 2.4 gigahertz is slower, but has a bigger range. The 5 gigahertz network is faster, but has a lower range. And now, here is a table showing what I'm talking about. This is about radar frequency, but the theory is exactly the same. So you see, the higher is the frequency, the lower is the range, right? So those range numbers are here in kilometers are going down, the frequency is going up, the range is going down. So what are the threats and dangers of the 5G network? So first of all, let's talk about speed. Now, almost everybody is having a mobile phone, a smartphone, and sometimes we are using the internet when we don't have access to any Wi-Fi network. What do? We use the messengers, we are reading emails, we are going to Facebook, this kind of shit. So what kind of speed do we actually need to do all of this? So I would say like this. Today, using the data speed, the bandwidth of the 1G network to do all of those things would be completely impossible. Doing those things in the 2G network, depending on the street, would be probably possible, but a little bit annoying. We can read emails, we can do some teleworking, but using Skype, Viber, or other video or audio channels probably would not work that well. With 3G, all of those things that I have mentioned, if we have a good 3G coverage, I would say that all of this is possible. With 4G, it's even more. To give you a comparison, like here we have a table that says that 3G is 2 megabits per second. 4G is 200 megabits per second. So 22 years ago, my university had the fastest internet connection in the country that was 10 megabits. 10 megabits, that is 5 times more than the 3G connection here, and is 10 times less with what we have in the 4G. So it was 10 megabits for the whole campus, and everybody was amazed, like, how is this possible that the internet can be that fast? Of course, now it was 22 years ago, we can laugh about it, but it's just to give you an idea that the speeds that we need are not really that great. You know, now if you want to install an, cable internet connection at home, we are talking about speeds like 10 megabits, maybe 20 megabits. It depends on the area. In some areas, you can have a optic fiber connection, you can arrive to 50 megabits, 100 megabits. So you understand that 4G that is giving 200 megabits, it's far more than you will ever need in your mobile phone. Unless you are completely crazy and you want to use your mobile plan, data plan, to download 17 movies at the same time to your mobile phone. But are you? Well, yeah. So with the 5G, we are going to have speeds higher than 1 gigabit per second. To give you the understanding what is 1 gigabyte per second, it's what most of the local networks are now transferring. So the standard now in the local network, computers connected by cables, is 1 gigabit. So we are going to have mobile connections that are as fast as local networks, or faster. The question is, do we really need it? And if we arrive to the quite logical conclusions that we don't need it, the question now is, who does need it? And this is what we should really focus on and think about. So now imagine, you live in a city. You have your 5G mobile phone in your pocket, let's say a smartphone. And you care about your privacy, so you turn off all the location, GPS, whatever. You can even turn off the data communication, but still, you are walking a street and your mobile phone is talking to the transmitters all the time. Like, hello, transmitter A, hello, transmitter B, hello, transmitter C, hello, transmitter D, and so on. So all of those transmitters that are all around you talk to your mobile device. And because the density of the network is so big, they basically know all the time where the mobile phone is. So your mobile phone is being located in the real time with the precision of, I would say, 5, maybe 10 meters. So this is the kind of danger or threat that I see with this 5G network. that the network will know where your mobile phone is. And if the network does know this, we already know that they will share this data, willingly or not, with government agencies. So every device will be located in real time, very precisely. Second, the speed of the network. So I've already made this elaboration about how the speeds are increasing and how much we don't need those speeds. Prove me wrong, but you don't need 1 gigabit network to read your emails, to see stupid cat on Facebook, or to see a video on YouTube. You don't need it, believe me. You don't need it. Oh, so who does need it and for what? So the whole idea behind the 5G is something that is called the Internet of Things. So the Internet of Things means that every fucking device will be connected to the network. Your fridge, your lamps, your car, your radio, your whatever, you name it, connected to the network, talking to the network all the time, your smartwatch. But even like this, what kind of information can be transmitted between your fridge and the network? Like, hello, I'm out of milk. Hello, I'm out of cheese. Those informations are like really like microscopic. They can be transferred even through the 1G network. 2G network is more than enough. So what do we need the speed for? This speed is necessary to transfer video and audio streams. Video and audio streams. So the 5G, it's a technology that basically allows the transmission of video and audio streams from thousands or millions of devices through the network at the same time. So this network, this 5G network, is giving the base for the world where we will have cameras, probably cameras equipped with microphones, transmitting the image and the audio in the real time, somewhere. And this footage, those videos and audio recordings, will be analyzed in the real time by artificial intelligence. So I hope you understand what this means. This means that whatever you say, whatever you do, it's almost like whatever you think will be a subject of analysis of some kind of artificial intelligence. So, of course, this can be used and will be used to target advertisement. to do the product placement, market research, whatever. But this can, and this will be used, I have no doubts for this, for a kind of global surveillance of people. So whatever you say, even if the microphone doesn't get you, the camera can see your lips. There is the AI that can read out of your lips. If they don't have the sound, they are fine with the video. If they don't have the video, they will have the sound. Plus, they will know exactly where your mobile phone is. Even if you leave your mobile phone at home, they will know where your smartwatch is. And even if you walk the street without your mobile phone, without your watch, and without any electronic device, they will still know where you are, what you do, and what you say, and who you talk to, because those systems will be able to recognize you in real time. We have already seen this in China. So this technology exists. What this technology needs is a network capable of transferring those huge amounts of data. Huge amounts of data. And this is what 5G is all about. I hope that you will check everything that I'm saying. I hope that you will make your own research. I hope that you will come to your own conclusions. And I hope that I will see your comments on this. So please don't believe anything that I'm saying. Make your own research, check everything. In the meantime, stay well, stay healthy, take care of your health, take your vitamins, be positive. Ciao.